I am Yish. You're watching New Leafs on Life. It's been a minute. Thought I'd post a quick update video. Really just for me to kind of kickstart back up my channel here. It's been a roller coaster ride since my last video earlier in the year. Trying to come to grips with what's wrong with me, right? Just a quick reflection. I have a bad habit of not sticking with things that I start out with that are beneficial to me. And I apologize. I'm not naked. I'm laying in the bed though. It's just need to cool off in here. So IFS, I have not gotten back to an IFS therapist yet, as I can't find one under the current insurance, which is just mind-boggling how I ping-pong from one insurance and came back to this insurance thinking that I can get back to my original therapist, and my company changes on me. But anyway, for the past 4 months, since March, I've been seeing a regular therapist, a CBT therapist, and really it's just been a lot of talking back and forth. No real, what's the word I'm looking for? No real change in regards to me and my issues. And I kind of figured that was going to be the case because it's more symptom based than it is origin based, and I'm an origin based person. I believe in getting to the root of the problem, plucking out the roots, and that would allow all of these symptoms to dissipate, right? Anyway, long story short, I purchased this book called Running on Empty: Overcome Your Childhood Emotional Neglect. I think I purchased this right around the same time. It may have been before or after I had my first IFS therapist or IFS session. And it's by Janice Webb, or Jonas Webb. So her name at the bottom there. Running on Empty. She has another book called Running on Empty No More, which is just a furtherance of this book. And I've gotten halfway through the book. I'm at part 3 here. So part 1 is defining the parent that you had as a child. It's like 12 or 13 different parent types or parental types. Mine's, of course, was, and I think I mentioned it on the channel, mine's was my parental figure was the addicted parent. And so and then my father wasn't in the picture. So my mother wasn't really in the picture because she was in the streets. My father simply wasn't there because my mother left him. So I was left to my own vices. So I kind of got a blend of various things in here. One being sort of the permissive parent, because I didn't really have an authority figure around to guide me. The traumatic experience that I had to deal with being physically neglected, the emotional response to those traumatic experiences did not get nurtured. So I learned throughout my childhood that the best thing that I can do is just put up with the crap that was thrown at me and push it down. And I never learned how to express or emote, right? I never learned how to express my emotions, and it caught up with me. And I've had this book for a minute, so this is the cause. And I just literally just watched the video. Talks about showing up for yourself. It was the lady who wrote the book speaking to it was an interview with a therapist, and phrases they said was showing up for yourself. And that's exactly what IFS therapy is. It's showing up for yourself. It's literally taking your inner children by the hands and pulling them from the space that they were left in, right? Showing up for yourself. Being the parent that your parent was supposed to have been. So the second chapter, the second part here is entitled The Neglected Child All Grown Up. So it talks about, the various stages, or not necessarily stages, but how you can identify ways that you can identify that you have had childhood emotional neglect. And practically every last one in here, with maybe at the exception of a few, I basically can tag on to myself, right? So now I'm at part 3, which is called filling the tank. So running on empty, of course, is when you don't know how to use your emotions and you just running on empty emotions. So now it's about filling the tank. And just from the few hints that I have gotten from watching some of her videos, this is going to be tough for me, because this is literally facing my fears, right? Being uncomfortable with expressing myself, learning how to navigate even the smallest amount of emotion, and journaling in that. And I'm not very good at keeping up with journaling, but I'm going to try my best, because I really am at wit's end. This is part of parenting myself, and of course I'm still looking for an IFS therapist, so at some point I will find one, but that is no excuse for me not to still try to do it myself. Yeah, so this has been my update, man. I'm gonna read a few chapters in the part 3 here, and then I'm off to bed. I gotta go see my chiropractor in the morning. I've been sitting for 8 weeks now with a case of sciatica in my left leg from my hip all the way down to my ankle. So it's at I guess you could say not remission, but it's at its end now. It definitely is still in a pain in the leg. But I'm going to see my therapist, my chiropractor tomorrow for a few moments. I can hook up some electrodes and shock my body. You know how that goes if you've been to a chiropractor. Do some adjustments and send me on my way. Alright, so until the next video, I am Yish, and you've been watching New Leafs on Life.